Hi everybody, welcome to Tech Growth Stocks channel. Today I present you a new episode. Specifically, I will give you 5 top solar stocks for 2021. So these solar stocks have strong momentum and some have good growth as well. And currently they are nearing strong buy points with the market pullback. So they have cheap entry levels at the moment. So I think it's an exciting time for these solar stocks. And now I want to give you 5 of these strong stocks. And before I start right off with the first stock, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. And also one more quick note, please subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. Okay, so that was it for the intro. So let's start right off with the first top solar stock for 2021. And as you can see it in the chart, it is SOL, Rene Solar. Here you can see the long-term chart of Rene Solar, and as you can see, Rene Solar was for quite some time in a downtrend, let's say until it was trending downwards for some years, and then it made its low around May 2020, reversed from that low, broke the downtrend. Here you see it broke the moving averages, the downtrending moving averages in around July 2020, and it could break out of that downtrending phase straight to the upside and form a nice and very strong uptrend. Instead, you can see now the moving averages are stacking up strongly, and you can see as well in the long-term chart, and you can see as well here rebound. The blue line corresponds to the 50-day moving average. We bounce of the 50-day here. Here we bounce again off the 50-day to the upside. Here we bounce of the 50-day again to the upside. Here we bounce off the 50-day, and now we are currently undercutting the 50-day. I think when we look in the short-term chart, we see that uptrend as well, and these many bounces, and currently we are pulling back strongly in Rene Solar, and you see now we just undercut the 50-day. So I think soon we could bounce again off the 50-day, or maybe if we have a stronger pullback, I think then we could bounce off the 100-day moving average. And I think still the current price is a good entry point for Rene Solar. So yeah. And when we look at the growth characteristics for Rene Solar, the EPS growth, it's sluggish. It's minus 32%. And the sales growth, it's plus 4%, so also not the strongest. But the relative strength rating is excellent with 98. And with that of a strong relative strength rating, I think Rene Solar is definitely a top solar stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Rene Solar. Now let's have a look at the next top solar stock for 2021, and it is Daqo New Energy. Here you can see the long-term chart of Daqo New Energy, and as you can see, we had let's say a long-term volatile sideways movement here, a downtrend, then we traded up again, but for quite some years, do you see about that line here? This zone here, we could not trade above this zone for, let's say, since its IPO in 2010. So this was a strong resistance zone, but last year we started trending up, and then we could break above this zone here. From here to here, we could break strongly above that zone and form a very strong uptrend in Daqo New Energy. And by the way, Daqo New Energy is also in one of my other strategies in the top clean energy stocks strategy, or in general in the clean energy stock strategy. So if you are into clean energy stocks, have a look on my channel. There are excellent stocks as well, and which are nearing buy points in the current market pullback or tech pullback. So if you are interested in clean energies, check my videos out on my channel about the clean energy stocks. Yeah, and we formed that strong uptrend in Deco after we could break out of the zone here, yeah, and the moving averages are stacking up quite nicely. And we can see as well here we bounce off the 50-day moving average. Here again we bounce off the 50-day moving average, traded to the upside. And yeah, in the short-term chart here we see that uptrend here, the bounce of the 50-day, we undercut it a little bit, but then we could bounce to the upside. And here we build a base in the short-term chart. You can see that short-term base, and we could break out in December of that short-term base. Base is a period of pause, and we would buy when we break out of the bases, and when the stock is in an overall strong uptrend. And you can see that here strongly the uptrend, a period of pause, and here the breakout. And yeah, and then we traded to the upside strongly, and you see here bounce of the 10-day moving average. Here we bounce of the 10-day moving average. Here we try to bounce of the 20-day moving average, the green line. And once again, now we came back to the green line again. We undercut it a little bit, and I think soon we could see maybe a bounce, or maybe we could also see a further pullback. But then eventually, I think at some point we will bounce in Deco New Energy. When we look at the growth characteristics for Deco New Energy, and they are excellent. The EPS growth is strong with 46%. The sales growth is way strong with 76%. And the relative strength rating is also excellent with 97. So with these characteristics, Deco New Energy is definitely a top solar stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Deco New Energy. Now let's have a look at the next solar stock for 2021, and it is SPWR, SunPower. Yeah, SunPower is also holding in my clean energy stock strategy. And now when we look in the long-term chart for SunPower, we can see, here SunPower was in a downtrend. Then we had a sideways movement for quite some time, a little bit volatile. We traded to the upside. Then we had the breakdown here, had a breakdown. And here we had the Corona breakdown, made a March low in March 2020 with the Corona, together with the Corona low. And then we traded to the upside. And then we could form a nice and strong uptrend in SunPower, way strong uptrend, strong momentum move. I mean, the Corona low around $3, and now we are trading at $37. I mean, a 12 times move since the March low in 2020. It's a strong move, very strong momentum move. And in the short-term chart, we see that strong move. And we can see as well, here we bounce of the 30-day moving average, again of the orange line, 30-day moving average, traded to the upside. Here we bounce of the 20-day moving average, traded to the upside. Again, bounce of the 20-day moving average, traded strongly to the upside. Again, bounce of the 20-day moving average, strongly traded to the upside. And then we made a high here in SunPower around $57, and now we came back strongly in SunPower. And currently we are trading at the 40-day moving average. I think sooner or later we could see a bounce in SunPower. Maybe we will have further declines to the 50-day moving average, and I think that would be an excellent bounce for SunPower. Or maybe we have a stronger correction, that could be as well. I mean, it was a very strong momentum move, but still, I think the SunPower is also, it's a clean energy stock and a solar stock, and I think these stocks are in high demand still. Now we have a pullback because the market ran like crazy, but still, I think they will recover. When we look at the growth characteristics for SunPower, I mean, the EPS growth, it's sluggish, it's minus 212%. And so is the sales growth, it's minus 31%, but the relative strength rating is very good with 95. So with these characteristics, I think SunPower is still a good solar stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for SunPower. Now let's have a look at the next solar stock for 2021. and it is BEEM, Beam Global. Here you can see the long-term chart of Beam, and as you can see, here we had a downtrend in Beam Global, a midterm downtrend lasting over around nearly 2 years. There we made a low in December 2019. We reversed from that low. We broke the short-term downtrend in January 2020, and then we traded to the upside strongly and formed a nice and very strong uptrend since then in Beam. When we look in the short-term chart, we see that uptrend. See here we had a sideways moving phase, a base, a breakout just on top of that base or period of pause. We built just another new base here, breakout, short-term base or a handle, could say as well for that base here, breakout, trading strongly to the upside, breakout, and continuing with the uptrend. And now we are correcting in Beam, came back here quite strongly, and I think sooner or later we could see a bounce as of from this level, around this level here, or from the 100-day moving average, which would correspond to the green line. And I think the 100-day, this could be an excellent entry point. See here as well, for instance, here we bounced off the 100-day moving average from the green line, and here one time we bounced off the 200-day moving average, traded to the upside. So I think the 100-day moving average could be an excellent entry point. When we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth, it's plus 9%, not the strongest. And the sales growth, it's a little bit sluggish with minus 21%. But the relative strength rating, it's very good with 95. So I think Beam Global is also a good solar stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Beam Global. So now we come to the last solar stock for 2021 for today, and it is RUN, Sunrun. Yeah, Sunrun is also holding in my clean energy stock strategy. And when we look here in the long-term chart for Sunrun, it here a sideways moving phase for quite some time, over 1 year, and then we had the Corona breakdown as well, March 2020. We made the low with that Corona breakdown in Sunrun with the overall market. We traded to the upside and we broke that sideways moving phase here. You see the moving average are flattening out. We broke the flattening out moving averages, traded to the upside and formed a nice and very strong uptrend. You see that uptrend as well with the moving averages stacking up to the upside. And and in the short-term chart we see that uptrend here, and you can see as well here we have been correcting a little bit, then we had another breakdown, and here we have been correcting as well again. And in this longer term chart you see as well, we are bouncing a little bit of the 100-day moving average, and currently we are just undercutting it a little bit. So I think a bounce of that 100-day moving average could come soon, or either the 100-day, 150-day or 200-day moving average. I think these could be excellent moving averages for a bounce to the upside. In Sunrun, when we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth is super strong with 510%. The sales growth is a little bit sluggish with minus 7%, but the relative strength rating, it's good with 91. So with these characteristics, I think Sunrun is definitely a good solar stock for 2021. Okay, so these were the solar stocks for today. I hope in that video are some nice solar stocks which you can use for your research. And please subscribe now to my channel with the link in the description below, so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. So thank you for watching that video, and I think this year will be an excellent stock trading year. Although probably we will have some volatility in the tech names, I mean, we had strong run-ups and now we are coming back a little bit, and in many of these strong performing names we see strong down moves, pullbacks, and I think this is an excellent opportunity at the moment to get on board or on some of these high flying names. And when we see the larger picture with all that fiscal and monetary stimulus from all of these governments and central banks around the world, I think this money will flow into the stock market and will propel stock prices higher and higher. And so I think it's your time is good invested if you research many stocks and have a look at these stocks and get on board. Okay, thank you for watching that video, and I hope to see you again soon in the future. Cheers.